Hey guys, for those who don't know me, I'm Marcos. I'm a student athlete studying EECS at Berkeley, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the process for which I went through when applying to become a D1 athlete at Berkeley. Just to give a little bit of context, I'm from Madrid, so this process might be slightly different for students studying in the United States, so it's more directly to international students. I'm not sure if I should make it like my process, like what I did, or kind of what the general process is. I guess I don't know what the general process is. So I'll just explain what I did. So what I did was make an email first about myself, where I explained who I am, where I'm from, what sport I play obviously, some achievements that I had, all the stats, the scores, and all that stuff about your sport. So for example, this is the email that I sent to the colleges I was applying to. And over here you can see I started off with who I am, where I'm from, what college I'm addressing, and then I told them about my sport performances, my achievements, and then I followed it with all the times I had in swimming and a conclusion, kind of I really want to go kind of thing. Basically, as an international student, we don't really, or me at the time when I was starting sending emails to the colleges, I didn't really take any standardized tests yet, so I couldn't put them. But if you already have them, that would be a good thing to put. So basically, you want to put all the information, all the key information there, so that better idea of who you are and if you fit the program. So after that, you want to research, or what I did was I researched all the schools I was interested in, and I made a list, but more like an Excel document, where you put the school names, and I put like the average SAT or SAT scores for that school, the location, the price, which is obviously very important, like the tuition costs, and just a bunch of like information that's might or might not be factor in your decision of choosing that college or not. And so once you have that list down, you want to go through obviously then your list and start sending emails. The order I followed when sending out the emails was I went to the college's website, their athletics page, and so you look in the roster section or the coaches section depending on which university. You see their emails, so you just send them an email. You also want to, for most colleges, fill out their recruitment form. We want to fill that out right after you send the email to the coach. You definitely want to send it to probably the head coach or the assistant coach, but if there are more coaches, probably should send the email to all of them. Make sure you change the name obviously in the emails. Don't send the same email to the wrong person. So after you send the emails, basically two things can happen. Either they want to know more about you, or they reject you. If they reject you, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You tried. It's not much else that you can do. But if they accept you, then they'll probably ask for more information. For me, they asked for my standardized test scores, which I didn't have, high school grades, and like just more information about you. They'll probably want to set up a Skype call so that they can get to know you better. And in a few cases, they might actually fly you over to the States to have your recruit trip, which is basically you spend a couple of days with a team and you see how it is and stuff like that. I didn't get a recruitment trip, but I know some international students that did, so that's something. You should really start this application early. The earlier, the better. Once the school has filled their entire team, it's highly unlikely, unless you're really, really good, that they will accept like incoming freshmen. On the other hand though, if you have like an important competition in your sport that could possibly improve your value as a recruit, then you might want to wait till that competition, so that if you're going to get better results, you can put that on your email, and you'll have higher chances as of just sending your email without those improved scores. I remember I sent an email to Stanford, and they directly responded that they already had their team, and this was probably mid-junior year. Second tip is to be engaging. If a coach is interested in you, you kind of want to be interested in them as well. Sometimes you're too caught up in expecting a certain email from a certain college that you don't really realize that there's certain options available, and sometimes those options, if you don't address them like pretty soon, they'll leave, right? So if you get an email, try to respond to it as quickly as possible. Maybe not by the minute, but probably the following day or something like that. And on the contrary, if a coach doesn't respond, maybe a month or two, depends on where you are in the season, but possibly send them a follow-up email, because sometimes they have so many emails that they just physically can't read all of them, and they might have unluckily just skipped yours. So for example, I sent an email to UPenn at the beginning of junior year, and I never got a response. and I didn't really think about it much, but then I remember I was going through my lists and seeing which one have and have not responded by the end of junior year, like during the summer. And then I realized that UPenn didn't respond, but I was pretty sure I sent them an email. So I sent them a follow-up email, and then they responded with like the team has already been made. So that was a bit unfortunate. So I highly recommend that you guys, if you don't hear a response, just send them another email. Unless you're a gold medalist in the Olympics or something, chances are you'll probably be rejected by at least one college. And that's okay. It's perfectly normal. I got rejected by God knows how many. And honestly, you just move on to the next one, and it shouldn't matter much because there's so many schools, and send them an email, thank you for their time, and basically that's it. Also, don't be afraid to send an email to colleges that you think that are way out of bounds, because you never know what's gonna happen. Like, trust me on this one. The last tip is don't give up. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but really, don't give up. You're gonna get rejections, and you just want to go through them, and you want to keep on sending them emails. So in my experience, like I said before, I sent over 20 emails and I got so many rejections. And basically, don't be afraid to send emails to colleges you think you don't have a chance at. I got rejected partly because I was a bit late, and because I had a competition in April of my junior year, and I kind of wanted to wait till after the competition, and if I do well, update my results to send them to the colleges. By that time, a lot of the colleges had already formed their team. So a lot of the rejections were because I was too late, but a lot of the rejections were also because I wasn't fast enough, right? So basically, I sent an email to Berkeley, and which I really didn't think I had a chance because their team was a lot better than a lot of schools that rejected me because I wasn't fast enough. And then they responded and things went well, and I can now say I'm a student athlete at Berkeley at the beginning of my videos. So basically, don't be afraid to contact the schools you think are completely out of reach. You really never know what's gonna happen. And finally, basically the last tip is make sure you contact the right people, because don't, for example, contact the women's swimming team when you're obviously a man. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions on the process or whatever, just leave a comment down below and I'll answer them. And that's it. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, which is pretty new. And as always, take care. Bye.